young man just like myself, so we can relate together. Again, like I don't want a leader.
So relate in struggle then.
You guys keep talking about how you need a man to lead.
Yeah.
I already know myself. I'm an adult. You know, I've spent a lot of time with myself. I'm in tune with myself. What I want is partnership.
Yes, my love.
I want a man that we can actually share experiences together, rather than a leader.
Yeah, I think the problem is when I listen to Pearl and Riches and Auntie, a little bit, mainly you two guys, it feels like you guys are saying that women need to look for fathers. That's what I'm hearing.
Oh my God. No. Oh my God. Here we go. It feels like you're saying women need to look for fathers. That is not what we're saying. Unbelievable. Now, here goes Destiny. Here he goes. He just made a great point, but now he's going to say, well, it feels like you're saying women need to look for their fathers. Nobody said that. A 21-year-old woman dating a 36-year-old man is not looking for her father. Come on, man.
No, Daddy.
Can I say something? Can I just say something?
This is whack.
When I met my man, we were both in our 20s.
Thank you. But in the
we're both in our 20s.
Right. In the 80s.
And the thing,
And he said it feels like. You see that? Yeah. Shade Will Win just called it. That's arguing in bad faith. It feels like you're saying, listen, you can say it feels like all you want to. That's not what we said.
it's in the 80s, but if you had the same standards now, which I have met some really good young men
100%.
that had the same standards as my man have. But you know what? The women don't want them because they're average men.
Woo!
Well, all your videos, everybody's videos.
The women want above
that we have
average.
Auntie, can I add something onto that?
The women want above. When I met my man, I was average, he was average. He was sexy as hell and all the young girls wanted him. Do you know what I mean? But we were both average people. And he was always sensible from
But you're
from
sounding like
young.
I need to settle. Why can't I want amazing?
No,
Why do I not deserve
but this is the thing. This is the thing.
Why do I not deserve?
You, sweetie, you can want whatever you want. You can want whatever you want. Like, listen, you have the right. You have the right to want amazing. But when you are overweight, with fake hair, a tit tattoo, cat claw fingernails, and in your 40s, well, that's when you need to temper your expectations. Listen, you can want amazing if you want to. You can want that. But this just goes to show that modern women live life according to possibilities rather than probabilities. Is it possible for this woman to get a high-value man? Sure. Not likely. Not likely. And rewinding back to what she said earlier about what Auntie Jenny said about the average man, the sad truth is that the average woman wants an above-average man. Hell, below-average women want above-average men. The problem is they don't think that they should have to work to be above-average women to get above-average men. Going back even a little bit further, the reason why the dating market is where it is because women are terrible at mate selection. Women suck at mate selection. Think I'm wrong? Ask the average 27-year-old about her dating history. Ask the average 27 to 30-year-old woman about her dating history. I dated an alcoholic, he abused me, I was in an abusive relationship, he cheated, blah, 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 blah. The average modern woman's dating history shows clearly that the average modern woman sucks at mate selection. They're terrible at mate selection. Shout out to Zeke with the $10 super chat. He says, I'm 25 myself and still getting myself together. Making 70K, striving for more money, and even if the man in his 20s has himself together, that does not mean he will pick you. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. This is why listen, guys, I say this all the time. As a man in the West, you're just going to have to understand that your rite of passage, if you want to be successful in your life, is to survive your 20s. Survive and thrive in your 20s. When you're in your 20s, make money, make muscles, learn game, hold frame. Because when you're in your 20s, women who have options are not going to take you. Women who have options are not going to take you seriously because of your age. This is just how it is. Is it fair? It doesn't matter if it's fair. If you are 25 years old, women with options are not going to take you seriously because you are only 25. Now, if a woman with options sees that you have potential, like let's say a 23-year-old hottie gets with a 26-year-old who's maybe in pre-law or pre-med, she can hitch her wagon to that guy, right? But even still, she's basing her decision on his potential. But guys, what you're gonna have to understand is your 20s are not going to be easy. Your 20s are not going to be easy. And they shouldn't be. If you want to be successful in your 30s and 40s, your 20s can't be easy. You're going to work a lot of hours. You're going to go through a lot of heartbreak. This is just how it is. Then when you reach your 30s, you are tempered, experienced, and battle-tested. That is attractive to women.
Hold on. You can want what you want, but can you get it is the question.
Can I tell you something, right? My man is amazing.
She says you can want what you want. Can you get it is the question. Well, the answer is... oh, hell no. Or probably not. Let's continue.
He's always been amazing. He was amazing when I'm older than him. He was amazing when he was young.
That was a bit shady, pal.
And he was amazing old.
Shady. It's like, you know, it's like, well, like, why aren't they perfect? It's like,
I didn't say perfect, but it's like everybody's saying, I need to have it as average, Why? I ain't average. I am not average. I'm going to let you know right now.
What makes you not?
Oh, boy. Oh, boy. This wildebeest with a hair hat and a tit tattoo just said, I am not average. Well, she's right. She's right. She is below average. She is below average. This is incredible. This is incredible.
Not average.
Because if I look at my age mates, my successes, my achievements, my personality, my drive, my motivation is unmatched.
None of which are attractive to the men you want.
Just say something for once. Are you a single parent?
I am a single
You're
parent.
average. I'm average.
She is an overweight, single mother who has a problem with male authority. Overweight, single mother who has a problem with male authority. No. Listen, you can want amazing all you want to. You're going to be single. Dr. B84 with the $10 super chat says, I was in school for almost all my 20s. I now work 2 out of 4 weeks in a month. I'm in the process of buying my own home, and I now own a rare luxury car. That's how it's done, gents. Dr. B84 just gave you the blueprint. Listen, he suffered and he worked all through his 20s, but now that he's in his 30s, he's living good and laughing easy. Good for you, man.
Can you ask me why I was a single parent? No, can you ask me why I'm a single parent? I'm a divorcee first. I'm a divorcee from a man.
I was a single parent.
But you assume why I'm a single parent. You think I just woke up and I bred and I'm a single mum. That's not how it happened.
I'm not assuming
I did all that. I dated. I had my child in wedlock. I did all that.
What we were saying before. Because sometimes, as a single parent, because you've been in the relationship, you've been there before, you've got different expectations.
No, I'm saying I didn't start as a single parent. Mm-hmm. I met my husband and I had a child.
Nobody meets as a single parent.
I really don't like the way you guys assume things about single parents.
My man was a single.
She needs to ask her, why did the relationship end? Who filed for divorce? Look, man. Look, it doesn't matter why she's a single mom. She's a single fucking mom. She's a single fucking mom. Guys, look, man, we know that women end most relationships. We know that women file for divorce 80% of the time in the West. And we know that in non-legal marriages, just regular boyfriend-girlfriend relationships, dude, better than 9 times out of 10, women in those relationships. So I'm not trying to hear, see, this is the thing. She's like, well, can you ask me why I'm a single parent? Auntie Jenny just told her, it doesn't fucking matter. It doesn't matter why she's a single mother. You are a single mother. You have no options. That's just how it goes. No man of value is going to take you seriously. You are a single mother who is grossly overweight, who has a problem with male authority. Nobody gives a shit why you're fat. Nobody gives a shit why you're a single mom. Nobody gives a shit why you have a problem with male authority. It does not matter. We don't care about the why. We care about the what.
I'm not just going against the women.
Shout out to Zeke, the newest member of the TSR family. I greatly, greatly appreciate your support. At Zeke to welcome him to the TSR family. Zeke, if you would, put your age and location in the chat. And as is always customary with our first member of the day, let's do an age and location check in the chat.
My man was a single parent too. My man was also a single parent.
So does that make her average because she's a single parent?
Guys, why is average an insult?
What is so wrong with being average?
I ain't here to be average.
Guys, can I add something? Wait.
on?
There's how many people in here? 8? Most of us are average. Most people are average.
Can I say something?
And when you talk about drive, that's not things that men look for.
I'm not looking for what men's looking for. I'm looking for what I'm looking for. This is the problem.
Okay, so when you speak about average, right? Because remember, everything we speak about needs to be within context.
Definitely.
Okay, so when you spoke, you said compared to my peers, right?
Yeah,
so
my age mates.
So maybe compared to your peers, you may not be average.
But that's what that was my evidence of why I'm not average.
However, if we go to another context, right, and then we compare you to people like Rihanna, Beyonce,
who are 1 in 9 billion.
Hang on,
that's a
right?
Because
you're not. We can't compare.
1 second, you can, because I'll tell you why. Let me explain why. Right? When you meet a guy, right, you can be very pretty, you could be very attractive, you could be like all of these things, right? But he will still look at you as average because. If look, there's always it depends what you compare the average with. Okay, so like you said with your peers, you can apply that to that. But if you apply average on a larger scale, okay, where people are millionaires,
there you go.
People are mad famous, millions of followers, they all look at you as average.
Okay. I understand what she's saying now. I get it. Like, there has to be, look, if everybody is above average, if the average is above average, then that's average, guys. Not everybody can be above average. Not everybody can be a boss bitch. Not everybody can be, like, there is an average. No matter how we slice it, there is an average.
Compared to that person. Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
Percentages, though.
No, but we have to look overall because you got to remember people are being brainwashed out here. They're looking at Rihanna, they're looking at Beyonce, they're looking at
the problem
all of these people.
With this? The whole thing is
if you don't mind, can I just finish what I was saying? So that's the first thing I was going to say. It's in context, right? Who you're comparing yourself to, because
I wonder what set this chick off. Because, dude, like, to this point, she's speaking nothing but facts.
Is nowadays guys are looking for girls. The majority of guys, because look, I'm a woman, right? But all my life, I'm road, I'm hood. All my friends are savages. They're all road man. I don't chill with girls. I got one female.
I'm sorry. Did this white girl? Did this white girl just say? Did this white girl just say that she was hood? Let me rewind that. Let me rewind that and just to make sure I'm understanding her correctly.
Right, who you're comparing yourself to, because nowadays guys are looking for girls. The majority of guys, because look, I'm a woman, right? But all my life, I'm road, I'm hood. All my.
She said she's hood. Oh boy. Now, usually, before I make these assertions, and we better beat the Celtics tonight. That's all I know. We better beat these guys, man. Before I usually wait for 1 or 2 statements, traits, Instagram, whatever the case may be. But if a white girl ever says she's hood, we have absolutely reached a verdict. This white girl actually said she was hood. Hashtag SFNY, San Francisco to New York. Wow.
My friends are savages. They're all roadman. I don't chill with girls. I got one female that's my friend. All my friends are males, so I hear them when they speak.
Oh, boy.
This younger generation, a lot of them are actually looking for girls with money. That's what they want. Girls with money, girls with...
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. Yeah, she's definitely hood. She's definitely hood, because if all the niggas you know are looking for bitches with money, that means you're hanging out with some ain't shit niggas. Oh, boy. Well, that escalated quickly.
Cars, girls with, like, that's how they're thinking now. Their thinking is completely different. So a normal basic 9-to-5 working person or working class or whatever, it's average to them. It's average. Because they're seeing these things every day. So that's the first point I wanted to make, right? The second point I wanted to make is people are like, oh, you know, the man should be in control. The man's, you have to listen to the man and the man's got the power. But really and truly, right, if you're married, right, or you're in a serious relationship with a man, you're the one that's in control. You're the one that's in power. And I'll tell you why. Because when your husband respects you, right, he'll do anything for you. You ring him and say to him, look, I need...
Oops. Oh, boy. I'm sorry. Let me take that back. I take that back. Oh, my goodness. Listen, my bad. I jumped to conclusions. on that one. Dude, where does this go sideways? This woman is speaking facts.
With a man. You're the one that's in. Man should be in control. The man's, you have to listen to the man and the man's got the power. But really and truly, right, if you're married, right, or you're in a serious relationship with a man, you're the one that's in control. You're the one that's in power. And I'll tell you why. Because when your husband respects you, right, he'll do anything for you. You ring him and say to him, look, I need milk. He's dropping everything and he's coming, he's bringing milk.
Well, okay. So all right. So she's right. If a man truly loves and respects you, there isn't anything he wouldn't do for you. It's like we say all the time, ladies. Sex appeal is powerful. Femininity is a superpower. There isn't anything in this world I would not do for Devin. All she would have to do is ask. And the reason for that is because she treats me like a fucking god. She does whatever I ask her to do, without hesitation or question. Literally, all the time. All the time. She has elevated my life. She represents me well in public and in private. So, to that degree, I would agree. However, if Devin needs milk, I'll tell her DoorDash it. Right? But if Devin needs money, right to her. Yes, Whiskey Earn said if my wife truly loves and respects me, I would do anything for her. Absolutely. I would do anything for her, but I'm not going to defer to her authority. If Devin says, hey, can you go and get me... Now, if I'm out running errands and Devin's like, hey, we need milk, 100%. I'll go and stop and get milk. 100%. I'm not tripping. It's no skin off my back.
If you ring him and say to him, I need this, or something's happened, or he's coming running straight for you. So really, you're actually in control. As long as there's respect there, right, and there's the love there, and you're playing your role and he's playing his role. They say that a woman is the neck to a man's head. So you can turn his head whichever way you want to turn his head. You just got to know how to.
Now, see what she's talking about there is manipulation. Right? A woman is not a neck to a man's head. No, like I have control over and I understand what she's saying. But when we get off, when she starts going off to you can make a man do whatever it is you want him to do, all you have to do is play your role. No. That's. But she is dropping some game here. If you want to live a good life, and you want a man who's willing to fight and die for you and provide for you and protect you, Be feminine. Be fit, feminine, friendly, and faithful. Be fit, feminine, friendly, and faithful, man. That's all you got to do. Ladies, we are not we are not complicated. We are not complicated. If you submit, if you surrender to us, if you defer to our authority, if you trust us implicitly, if you represent me well, there is not anything I would not do for you. You have to earn that privilege. JC says, I think she's just saying there's power in submission. Totally agree. Totally agree. DJ LaRock with the $10 super chat says, I wholeheartedly agree that your woman is a representation of you, but I don't represent her. I represent me, the brand, and she is more in a supportive capacity. I give her something to represent. I stand corrected. I think that makes sense. I think that makes sense. Yep. And the thing is that I don't have to represent Devin, because if I didn't represent Devin well, see, the thing is if we're out, or people who know of our relationship, if those around her thinks I'm a bum ass nigga, then guess what? I'm clearly not representing her well. But because of who I am and what I've accomplished, there's nothing for me to represent. She already looks good for simply having chosen to submit to me.